Some of these movies have the potential to be all-time great comic book films. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another tier list video as I am ranking all the upcoming comic book movies based on my excitement. But before I do, hit that like button and comment down below your most anticipated comic book films that are announced. Subscribe to that notification bell to help me reach my goal of 100,000 subscribers here on the channel. And check out the Unusual podcast link down below. Your support goes a long way over there. Without further ado, I say we just dive into this thing. Alright, so the tiers I have today are most excited, very excited, intrigued, not very excited, and least excited. And again, these are all randomized upcoming Marvel and DC films for the foreseeable future in the comic book genre. Starting us off, we've got The Authority. This is one of James Gunn's announced films for his new DCEU. I'll be honest, I know nothing about The Authority. I heard it's similar to The Boys, so I'm not very excited for this. I would like to say that I am, but I know nothing about the source material. Who knows if it's actually going to see the light of day. When we get closer to it and get some more news, maybe a possible cast or poster, maybe even a teaser trailer one day, I'll be more excited. But right now, I'm not very excited because I don't have a lot of faith in the upcoming DC projects. Next, we've got Blade. There's a point in time where if you ask me this would almost be the most excited project for me. The one that I'm the most anticipated for, because you got Mahershala Ali as Blade, he's a 2-time Academy Award winner. It's vampires in the MCU. We're exploring sort of this mystical side of Marvel, and I don't think this movie's going to see the light of day, to be completely honest with you. I'm still intrigued. I used to be most excited, almost very excited. I'm intrigued by this project just because there's so much talent involved, and I know Dane Whitman, played by Kit Harington, could show up in this, but I just don't think the movie's going to happen anymore. There's so much production hell going on with, directors and writers changing around. I think Mahershala Ali's getting fed up with it. This movie might never see the light of day, unfortunately. I'm rooting for it, I'm intrigued, but I can't say I'm terribly excited like I once was. Moving on, though, we've got Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I mean, I look at this list and I'm tempted to go least excited. I'm very tempted to go least excited. In fact, I think I'm going to do that right now. Least excited. Out of all these movies, this is the one I'm the least excited for. I thought the first Aquaman was alright. It had some great moments. It's too long, and the visuals can be really hit or miss. It's very cheesy, but I do admire how it's self-aware of that. And look, I love James Wan as a director, but this movie's had production hell. It's been delayed multiple times. It should have come out a long time ago. They've done reshoot after reshoot. It feels like it really has no place in the DC universe right now. Not sure where it's going to fit in the timeline, not sure if it'll even come out. We still don't have a trailer and it comes out in December. It's September right now. What's going on? Who knows? It's the one movie on this list I'm the least excited to watch easily. Next, we've got The Marvels. Honestly, I am very excited for this movie. It comes out in November. Again, it's September right now. Really looking forward to it. The trailers have sold me of this just being a straight up fun, adventurous film in the MCU. I'm not expecting Infinity War. I'm not expecting Guardians 3. I'm expecting a blast of a movie with some great chemistry between Monica, Miss Marvel, and Captain Marvel, and it looks like it's going to deliver on that. Plus, you've got more Flurkins with Goose. Sign me up. I'm very excited for this one. I think it has the potential to be one of the stronger comic book projects of the year, because it's been a fairly year in the comic book movie project department, aside from 2 outliers, one of those being Across the Spider-Verse, and its sequel, Beyond the Spider-Verse, is coming out one day. I think it's delayed indefinitely right now. For Beyond the Spider-Verse, I'm going top of very excited. Really curious to see how they continue the story, especially after the cliffhanger ending that Across the Spider-Verse gave us. Who could show up in this movie? How is it going to round out everyone's story? Like, who's going to die? Who's going to live? Very curious to see where everyone's fate lies in this new movie. It's almost most excited, but there's just one movie on this list that I gotta save for that spot. Next, we got Batman the Brave and the Bold. I'm gonna throw this in the intrigued tier, in the top of intrigued, because I really am intrigued to see who they cast as this new, older Batman in James Gunn's cinematic universe. Obviously, we've got Pattinson's Batman going on. We saw Keaton's Batman in The Flash, but who's this new Batman gonna be to don the cape and cowl? Only time will tell. There have been tons of fan casts out there. But James Gunn, overseeing a Batman film has me excited. Of course, I don't think it's the most necessary thing, just because we do have the Elseworlds Batman, but I'm intrigued enough by this project, and who's going to play Robin? Lots of question marks. That's why I put it in the intrigued tier. Kind of middle of the road in terms of my overall excitement. Next, we got Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, one of the films that was announced when James Gunn dropped his video announcing his DCEU slate. Same boat. I'm intrigued. I'll put it like in the middle of intrigued. Who's going to play Supergirl? Is it going to be Sasha Calle? Is it going to be a new cast? Like, what's going on? We have to wait and see. There's a lot of question marks regarding the future of DC right now. And I think we'll hopefully get those answers maybe within the next year or so. But we got the strike going on, lots of other outstanding factors. So we'll have to see what the deal is with this movie. But I'm intrigued enough. Who are they going to cast? Is Superman going to show up? What's the deal? When is this going to take place? So many questions. I'm intrigued enough to want to check this one out, but I can't go very excited just because we don't have enough details yet. Then we've got Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which I should be very excited for on paper, right? You've got a new Avengers movie, but I can't say I'm terribly excited for this one right now just because we don't know really where the MCU's headed. Obviously, the last time we saw Kang was in Quantumania. Loki Season 2 should give us some clarity regarding the future of that character, but there's really no Avengers lineup right now, no team, and that's unfortunate because in the earlier phases of the MCU, it felt like it was building to an end goal. The current phases of the MCU feel a little more disconnected than usual, all the projects, so I would go intrigued for Kang Dynasty, probably like right here. I'm more intrigued to see what they do with this Batman movie, honestly. But still, Kang Dynasty is just a project that we'll have to see what it's all about when the time comes. Next, we got Kraven the Hunter. Not very excited for this one. I'll put it back here. We have a trailer for it. It was supposed to come out in October. It got delayed due to the strikes, almost an entire calendar year, which is bizarre to me. What a waste of money. I'd say the authority over it just because there's more promise with James Gunn overseeing it, but I'm not very excited for the Kraven movie. It looks like Morbius 2.0. Another meme disaster waiting to happen. Sticking to the Sony verse, we've got Madam Web. I'm gonna throw this in the intrigue tier just because this could be the movie that finally gives us a Spider-Man in the Sony universe. Like, who's the Spider-Man in this Venom verse? I need to know, and this movie might give us those answers. It's got a surprisingly loaded cast as well, and there's just a lot of talent on screen. It's sort of a Spider-Man story in a way, in the Spider-Man Sony multiverse, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm gonna put this in intrigued, probably right here. Like, I really do want to see if this can be the first good Sony Venom-verse movie, because it has a lot of promise with that cast. Sydney Sweeney, I believe Dakota Johnson, Adam Scott, I want to say is the actor's name from Parks and Rec. Lots of talent, just need to see if they can stick the landing. But moving on, we've got Superman Legacy, perhaps the movie on this list with the most weight on its shoulders. This movie needs to be a hit for DC at the box office with fans. It's responsible for launching this new James Gunn DC universe, and I'm not like over the moon excited for it. I would put it in probably the intrigued tier, but at the top of intrigued, honestly, because they did announce the cast. We have David Cornsweet as Superman. We've got our Lois Lane. I'm very intrigued to see how James Gunn approaches this stylistically. Is it going to be more of a Man of Steel route or more of a traditional comic book route? Who's to say? James Gunn obviously has directed the Guardians films and Suicide Squad, so we know his style. Is it going to fit with Superman? We'll have to wait and see, but I have a lot of faith in this movie. Superman means a lot to James Gunn. This is a very important project, so how could I not be pretty intrigued for this one? It's at the top of that tier right now. Moving on, though, we've got Avengers Secret Wars. I am going in the middle of very excited for this one just because of the unlimited potential here. It's going to be probably pitched as the biggest MCU film of all time over Infinity War and Endgame. They're probably going to want to bring back all these iconic characters. The theories are going to be endless. Hell, they've already begun. Of course, I'm very excited to see what they do with this one. Could we see, RDJ come back? Pretty much throw any Marvel character in existence at the wall, and there's going to be some sort of theory about them returning in this. I'm just excited to kind of have this build up to the ultimate MCU movie again. Will it feel the same as the Infinity War Endgame era? I'm not really positive about that, but how can I not be very excited for a new Avengers movie, especially Secret Wars, the part 2 of Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Give it to me. I'm very excited to see what they do with that one. But moving on, we've got Swamp Thing. This is another one of the films that was outlined in James Gunn's upcoming DCEU. I honestly am on the fence about this one. I'll put it in intrigued, probably like right here, just because I believe James Mangold might be attached to direct this one. It's more of a horror film in DC, so it'd be cool to see like a straight up horror superhero film, but at the same time, I don't know if this one can deliver. I worry about its success at the box office and with fans. Will it be a good movie? Maybe with James Mangold at the helm, it will be. I think that, he didn't impress me too much with the new Indiana Jones film, but he has a lot of other great work, obviously. I am down. I'm intrigued enough, but it's not like I'm pumped for Swamp Thing or anything. Then you've got Joker Folie à Deux, I believe I said that right, which is the second Joker film that's being pitched as sort of a straight-up musical. I'm going to put this pretty high in intrigue because I really like the first Joker a lot. It's a dark as hell movie, not one I can really go back too much, but you've got Harley Quinn coming in, played by Lady Gaga. It's a musical. I'm intrigued. I can't say I'm like over the moon excited because I don't think the movie's very necessary. I think the first Joker was a perfect sort of one-off story, but this has a lot of potential here with Todd Phillips coming back, Joaquin coming back. We'll see what they cook up for us, but I'm intrigued to say the least. It comes out in October of next year. I wonder how that first trailer could possibly break the internet. We'll have to see. But then we've got the Batman Part 2, keeping it in the DC Elseworlds content. This is the one that I am the most excited for. The Batman is my favorite Batman and DC film ever. Got to represent it right over my shoulder here. But the Batman Part 2, look, I am so excited to see what Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson cook up for us next. There's rumors of Clayface. There's rumors of Mr. Freeze. Who's the main villain going to be? Lots to look forward to. I just know the movie's going to be a banger because Matt Reeves cares so deeply about this character and he's built out this world wonderfully. Give me the Batman 2 today. It's the one movie on this list that I would watch right now if I could. Cannot wait. Then we've got Fantastic Four. If you'd asked me my hype level for this after Multiverse of Madness, it would be number 1. But it's kind of sputtered out for me a bit. It's kind of stalled, if you will, just because we haven't got much news. There have been dozens of casting rumors as to who could be playing the lead roles in this film. And it's just become a game of like, who is the movie actually going to happen? Who's going to be cast as Reed Richards, as Sue Storm? The list goes on and on with these rumors. I'm still going to go very excited for it. I'm going to put it right here over the Marvels, but I just need the cast. I feel like once they announce that, this could skyrocket to my most anticipated film of the upcoming comic book film genre. Next, we've got Thunderbolts. I am really looking forward to this one. I'm going to put this in very excited, right behind, actually over Fantastic Four, just because I love Bucky. You've got Yelena and Red Guardian back together, John Walker. Like, the potential with this lineup is unlimited. You could make one of the darker Suicide Squad-esque MCU films, and I'd be fully on board for that. Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, taking sort of a leadership role, sign me the hell up. Really looking forward to see what they have for us. The creative team of Beef, which I haven't watched, but it's a Netflix show, is behind this, so there's a lot of hype now. I think this one's going to be really good, so I'm very excited for it. Plus, you've got Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross. We'll talk about him again in a second. But next, we got Deadpool 3. I'm going to cheat here and say there's a tie in most excited. I'm going to put this right here at the top. So my Marvel and my DC pick for most excited. Cannot wait for Deadpool 3. You've got the return of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Sean Levy directing it. It's exploring ideas of the multiverse. We're getting a new Deadpool film that's R-rated in the MCU. We're seeing Ryan Reynolds back in the role after a few years off. Like, there are so many reasons that add up as to why I'm so pumped for this film, easily making it my most anticipated upcoming MCU project and pretty much comic book project in general. Like, this is the next No Way Home, the next Endgame, where people are going to get so amped up in the theater for it. Obviously, I'm excited for the Batman Part 2. I think it'll probably be a better movie, but Deadpool 3, probably my most anticipated project for the foreseeable future. And last on this list is Captain America Brave New World, formerly called New World Order. I'm looking forward to see Sam Wilson get his own Captain America movie. Like, I'd say I'm intrigued for this. I would put it like right here, over even the Kang Dynasty movie, because I'm more excited for Secret Wars between those two Avengers films. What role is Thunderbolt Ross going to have? Is Cap's movie going to be on par with the other Captain America films? What are we going to do to continue this story of Captain America after the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Lots of questions, so I'm very intrigued. I'm more excited for Thunderbolts and some other MCU projects upcoming. I'm really looking forward to this one because I love Sam Wilson as Captain America. His suit is awesome, and he just owns this role, especially in that last episode of Captain America and the Winter Soldier. So really looking forward to see what they got here, but that is going to do it for the upcoming comic book movie films ranking by excitement. But let me know in the comments down below what comic book films you're the most excited for. Hit that like button and subscribe to that notification bell to help reach my goal of 100,000 subscribers here on the channel. It will mean a lot. Check out the Unusual Couple podcast, link down below. My Patreon is also linked down below, and any support goes a very long way over there. But thank you guys, as always, for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.